Now let's talk about water. Like you said, we go home, we turn the tap on, water comes out. We think it's almost a free-flowing water for all of us. Talk us through the water crisis in South Africa. No, actually, it's not only in South Africa, it's a global water crisis. Talk us through that. Why is it so important to pay attention to water?
We all need water to live. We need water to be able to run the industrial part of our economies as well. However, if we don't look after the water sources the way they need to be looked after, they are being polluted from the moment that they leave that pristine reserve, wherever that may be. In South Africa, in KZN specifically, the water reserves are unbelievably pristine. You walk along the mountains and you know where the base of the water is. And I did a trip with WWF called the Journey of Water, and we actually walked that journey of water. As we go into communities, that water becomes more polluted because we do not understand that we need to make sure that we safeguard and protect those water resources, that water source where our water lies. When we go up in Gauteng, the Vol Dam, we look at the Hartbeespoort Dam as well. Unfortunately, we as communities are not safeguarding and protecting our natural water reserves. We pollute the natural water spaces that are around us, and I think it's very important for us to understand that the detrimental effect, the same way we see load shedding, we're going to have water shedding. We're going to not be able to just open a tap and have water come out. In Johannesburg, we've already seen that happen in the last 8 to 10 months, where we don't have access to water every single day, all day, because they have to make sure that they give water to certain communities over certain periods of time, and we've had a water shortage crisis. And we've seen this in other parts of the country as well as other parts of the world. Water is very, very crucial. We can't make more water. The water that exists on the planet is the same amount of water that was here when the dinosaurs were here. We need to look at how we are impacting that water through the way we live, at home, at work, through industry, and we need to make sure that we better make use of the water that we do have.
It's scary to think that we could have water shedding. You know, it's something that we just take for granted, I think.
Absolutely.
How do we look at protecting water? What should we do in our daily lives? What actions should we change to ensure that that doesn't happen to us?
I think we need to be more careful of the small things we do. You know, I'm sure everyone's heard this before, but it's such a basic and simple thing. When we open a tap and we're washing our teeth, how many of us just let the water run? You know, we should be closing that tap and just using the little bit of water we need. How many, I was horrified to hear that a lot of people will put the shower on to get warm before they get into it. The waste of water, of clean water, is horrific. Not everyone has access to safe, clean drinking water, and here we're wasting water to let it warm before we get into it. You know, there are those kinds of things are really important. These are basic things that everyone can do in their everyday life to make sure that we're keeping our consumption of safe, clean drinking water to the minimum, so that we have more of it, instead of it running down a drain, or us, you know, using broken taps, leaking taps. These things as well are really critical. The amount of water that can be saved just by addressing those small things around us every single day are really important.